Hey everyone, now that we have our system settings set up, we can go into just add a case and let's get started in CaseWatch. So the first thing I'm going to do now is click on cases and add a new case. Now we have a sample client in the system for you to use, and we're going to use that right now. So I'm going to choose sample client, and it will choose whatever is available. And if there are multiple people and multiple contacts, you would just change them by clicking on that drop down. It's going to be workers' compensation. It's the only thing we have in here. This could be any type of investigation, domestic, corporate, insurance related, anything you want to use here for the case type. If it's an attorney, these might be the type of case you work for your client, divorce cases or whatever the case might be. So again, this is just going to be the section that houses all of the information. And I'm going to assign myself, I forgot to select it. I'm going to assign myself as a case manager on this file. You can assign yourself to it. If this is just a person entering cases for you, they just put themselves as none. They don't have to be attached to the file. Here, I'm going to put myself as a case manager. At the next step, we just add some information they want. Pick a due date of next week. This is going to be a rush. We're going to do background check. Case region is if there's a specific, maybe you have a local case where you don't charge a particular rate, but out of a particular area you do. So you can kind of select this by region. If you have operations teams, like 1 through 5, this would be team number 1. Case region would be team number 1. You can always search that way as well. So I'm just going to put it's a local case. We'll put a budget here of $2,000. Put a claim number 621 for the SIU number. You can add any type of scheduling instructions, handling instructions, and inter-office notes that your clients aren't going to be able to see. We'll go ahead and just get this added. So now in the system, we said the claimant is going to be our primary person on an insurance case. So now it's saying this is going to be added to the case details, yes, and we're going to make it primary, yes. And it already defaults to that. Here, I'm just going to go in and type. I think that's all I have to put in there. And we'll hit continue. And we got Jane Doe. Now I can go in and add as many more subjects as I need. Maybe I want to put his employer in there. I want to put his residence in there, or I want to put an additional residence in there for surveillance to check out or something to that effect. Vehicles, and here we added this in our last thing, but it says the accused. That would be for like an HR type case or something. So we're going to skip this step. Yes, I do. Continue. Here you can just add as attachments. So if you need to add any attachments to the case, you can go ahead and do that here. You can give an access group to who could see that. Do you want it to just be internal, admin only, or can everybody see it? We're going to go ahead and skip this as well. Yes, I want to skip it. And here is going to be a final spot where it's going to ask you to take a look at what you added and save the case. Once we do that, it's going to bring us right into that case. And these are all the sections of this particular case. You have your case journals, the subjects of the investigation, and you also see the subjects here because we selected that this would be on the case details page. It's a rush file. We said local for case region. It's a background check. So there's quite a bit of information here. But now you're going to go and add attachments if you need to, journal entries, case audits for particular cases. You can go in and see the schedule for the case, add events, get people scheduled for surveillance, or add a task, schedule somebody to pick something up. In the expense area, this is where all your expenses are going to be added for your cases. And again, you have time items and you have expense items. So under time items, work hours and travel hours. Those may be the only things you bill for in your company, but you may have 900 services that you do. You just bill your hourly rate. So again, some systems you have to match up your service with the invoice item, and that creates it so that you have to go back in the beginning. You don't have to do that. Here you can say work hours if you want to elaborate on it at all, but you could also put surveillance time, surveillance daily rate, surveillance hourly rate, and you put whatever you need in there. And again, for expense items, you have this down here, okay? Let me see here. Let's go back. And this is where you would do your invoicing in the billing section. And that's it. You're pretty much started now to get to your first case. And this was the reason why I wanted to put this together, was to because I know that it's frustrating starting a new software, but I wanted to get you to your first case so that you can start adding stuff. Things make sense much more when you get up and started as quickly as you can. So we're going to have a lot of other videos, tutorial videos, so keep an eye out for those. And if you do have any questions at all for us, just shoot us an email at support@casewatch.io. Thank you.